This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on another SEC rival, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anthony. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll run it to the right. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground is what the Razorbacks love to do to move those chains with guys like Peyton Hillis and Darren McFadden.
Yeah, and you think of just Felix Jones along with the same era, just guys that toted the rock with some physicality, just tough guys that make you bring your lunch. When you want to come tackle them, you better bring it.
Somehow got the screen into that traffic. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He'll ride his man on the option. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Dropping back, it's Green. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Razorbacks decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. High and away, headed toward the sideline just the way he drew it up. The running back has it. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Shapen. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Well, it sets up 4th and short now early in the game, and this is a massive decision for the head coach because it is early, and how aggressive are you willing to be? You could get this 1st down, pay it off, go score, create some incredible momentum, or you don't get it, it completely backfires, and now your opponents are literally knocking on the door.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give on the option. Running to Green. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Green. That's reeled in, it's Blake. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the 1st quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
And the Razorbacks are marching down the field. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Anthony.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Turning it on! Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. And the Hogs have put up the first touchdown of the game, and whoop-pig.
Whoop-pig going nuts in the stands. Great fan base. They get excited, and you get out to the lead early, putting that score on the board, they are going nuts.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thompson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Shapen. Makes the catch. It's Mosley. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, you got to give the defense credit because they never quit on the play. He had already made a few guys miss, but they kept bringing hats to the football, trusting that if they got there, maybe they'd be able to knock it out. They did, and they come away with a huge takedown.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find better field position to start a drive. 1st and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head and can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's Washington. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening.
Well, it was a great effort throwing to the running back that time. He was almost able to get in on 3rd down. The defense makes the stop. Now it's decision time. 4th, you're very close to the goal line. You've got this running back in the backfield. What do?
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. They're on the left hash. He'll have no trouble with the distance, but that angle may give him an issue. Dead center perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Thompson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. looking for a man. It's Shapen. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Trying to run, it's Washington. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try to pop the draw. Runs through a tackle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into defense, because coverage is going to be tight. Your throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw it, Shapen. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
QB draw. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Coming out with it, it's Thompson. There to make the tackle, and that. We'll wrap up this first period. We reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking for space. It's Booth. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Shapen. Grabbed in the middle. It's Evans. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive game right away.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Lets it fly. Finds space on the right. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
We'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Davis. Smashes through, and another broken tackle. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt, needed something to go right. You're down, you got to make plays, you got to get your team back in, and great start, keep chipping away.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking, they get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo, pig seed.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Razorbacks will line it up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Gonna run it. It's Washington. Got the first down. Looking for more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. And Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You've got to give your QB some time. You've got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Razorbacks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Green. Caught over the middle, it's Jones. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man, it's Chapin. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. There he goes. Ripping through the defense. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Now they'll run the draw. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
Great offense
defenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Under fire. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Takes the handoff. It's Booth. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Comes from the 14-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got the first down and more. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 30. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
The option play stands for exactly what it means. The quarterback has multiple options. He can do multiple things. And defensively, you really have to do a good job of being super sound, understanding your assignment. And they do a good job here, making the quarterback do what he's supposed to do, make him pitch the football. But if I'm a quarterback, it's basically like me blocking that defensive end. Now I pitch it, running back, you go do the work.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw in that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Reads it, fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They are really clicking along. First and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thompson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Scanning the field, it's Shapen. Throws to the wideout. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Moves away as he feels pressure. Turning it on! He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Mississippi State going up-tempo. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
On the play. Brings up second down.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you've already seen him make a critical mistake earlier in the ball game, and you're going to make more of it if you don't make your feet a priority. Just pause for a second. Steady those feet, get them quiet. Now I can make it more accurate throw.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because
They snapped it to the up man. He's on the run. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Arkansas.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Shapen. Fires to the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. And the Razorbacks will kick it away to crank up the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. Just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. And I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Might be changing the route. Toss sweep, try to get it outside to the right. Didn't find a lot of room, let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Now facing a third and long. To the air, it's Shapen. He rifles one deep down the middle. Makes a grab on the shot. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, this offense would take shots. They know they have targets that can fly and push down the field vertically. Nice job in coverage there.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires left. The sure hands, it's Evans. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Give to the running back. Runs for the tackle. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls in.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to throw, it's Shapen. He spins that thing down the middle. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Right back to the well. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from.
Breaks into the open. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
15. Coming up, 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Anthony. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He says a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins, and you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Razorbacks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Motion from the wide receiver. They want to run this quarterback. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He's already put 3 on the board. Earlier this time, a 38-yard try. It's good. Easy call for the refs. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. See what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Chapin. Dumps it to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Davis. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Mississippi State right back to the line. The give out of the gun. cut there. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Pulls it in. It's Thompson. Finds some room. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Set to kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Anthony. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one.
17.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Gives it on the option. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Razorbacks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Defense might bring the house here. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
And the Razorbacks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Handoff to the single running back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Razorbacks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up third down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
And they've converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but a third and long is a different animal. To throw, it's Green. Here comes the heat. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nice directional kick there, like a solid iron shot. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Quarterback gets enough. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Here's the pressure. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Bulldogs headed quickly to the line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not in this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
And those last 2 plays were disasters, and now it's 3rd and 17. Back to pass, it's Shapen. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point, but now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Arkansas ready to send out this offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Trying to impose their will with the run. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And listen, the defense has made it a priority to try to rip the football free. You saw them that time really trying to go for that turnover, but nice job breaking tackles, really good ball security by the running back.
Not only the scoreboard, but the clock on the side of the offense as they take a knee, though the D can stop it a couple more times. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. You know, there's no real reason to panic when you think about it, when just panicking ever really does. But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things. But find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.